Hello everyone, I'm back in Kerbal Space Program just to show the progress on the new cockpit for the ASCA spaceplane. I had featured the proposed upgrades in Blender in a previous video, but now I've started work on the actual details, and this is what it looks like right now. So we've got some of the switches in. I've done a lot of work. You can see those are just the stock throttle levers, but I made simple trim wheels, and you can see the fuel cutoff, fire warning, fire suppression, stability assist knob. These don't work as such, but they are here. So it's making it look like a more legit cockpit. I didn't find a landing gear lever that I liked, so I'm gonna have to do that. And the landing gear lights will have to be improved, but they're non-functional right now. It's just little red squares on there, so that's not a functional thing. However, there is a selection of different, indicator lights and stuff like that not only Kerbal Space Program has, but Raster Prop Monitor and ASET has ASET props. So I have those to choose from, but it's not necessarily the case that the ones that are available are to my taste for this cockpit. We have the overhead panel. You can see that we have the navigation stuff, reactor APU, lights, the landing engines, and the aerospike activation. Again, these switches don't work right now, but they all correspond to real systems in the space plane, as it would be. And we don't have the jet, ramjet, or scramjet fitted onto this one, so we just have a little tag saying not fitted. And but there's a space for those, and there's the climate control over there. Some controls I haven't worked on yet, like the cameras or ISRU system, and over here the propellant and the radiator and coolant. Those sections I haven't done. Over here would actually be a docking display, and over there probably a radar for the co-pilot. So those are things. There's probably some. I need to get FMS kind of thing, like a keyboard control next to the landing gear. I think that's what I want right there. But things are looking much better. Let's take a look from the co-pilot view. I do need to put cushions underneath them so that I also probably need to adjust the seats so that the seats are higher up, because even full human might have a little bit of trouble looking out the windows. I was worried about head clearance with the panels, but looking at where his head is and where the headrest is, I think there's plenty of clearance actually, so that's not a problem. And we might want to scooch this Kerbal over because that seems really far from those controls. But those are the antenna controls over there, and then the co-pilot side RCS, and we don't have the laser system fitted right now, so we don't have that. They're little cabinets. I should put little handles on the cabinets. That's where they'll store stuff. And then the two sort of mission specialist seats over there. So anyway, I'll make completely new seats instead of these red leather ones. And there's also, stuff that goes in the back. But yeah, this is the arrangement, generally speaking. I do have to change the location of the x-axis tag. The reason why it says x-axis and y-axis is because they can actually change using these controller little flip switches what is on what axis. So, and then switch between translation and rotation. Right now the co-pilot one is on translation and the pilot one is on rotation. So that's just a little thing. And we have the normal raster prop monitor things here. Those are functional. So we've got functional things up here, and we do have a functional clock too, but there are non-functional things that I would like to change. And hopefully, I tried to put a landing gear lever, but its rotation was weird. It's a little bit weird trying to figure out the rotation of certain elements here. That's why I didn't put toggleable flip switches in and just put flip switches in Blender straight up. In other words, these aren't props as far as Kerbal Space Program understands them. They are just little meshes in Blender. So that's how it is. And the view from the mission specialist seats. Look closer to those. And I could do a little bit more. I mean, there's a lot more that can be done, but it's better than some cockpits I've seen. Let's put it that way. And with the multifunction displays, at least it's functional like that. So there we have it. That's all I wanted to talk about this time. It took quite a bit of work to do that. Trust me. So with that, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do press like. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. And I'll see you next time.